Hi, I'm Tim Scheib, husband of one, father of five, realtor, and this is Behind the Sign. Quick word from our sponsors, Scheib Real Estate Team. If you live anywhere in the country and you are looking for a real estate agent, but you don't know the questions to ask, or you have no idea if that person's going to be worth the money, give us a call. Let us know. We'll have a 5-minute conversation. We'll find you a good agent, and we'll find you one you can trust, and you won't have to do anything, and you don't have to pay us. Pretty simple. Let us know. All right, here we go. What's going on? What can we expect in this real estate market? Right now, it's kind of that quiet time. We're in that period, mid-November, where people, they know they can't get into that house before Christmas if they write an offer on a house. If they put it on the market, they know they're probably going to have a tough time because people are worried about Thanksgiving, people are worried about Christmas. It's just that kind of time where you just don't really know what's going to happen over the next month and a half, 2 months. Many people ask me throughout this time period, is November a good time to list a home? I'm a real estate agent, right? It's always a good time to list your house. I do know this though. If people are looking at homes today, that means they want to buy a home. So if you are one of those sellers where you don't want people who are kicking tires coming through your house, you know what? I just want people who are interested in a house to come through my home. Now isn't a bad time to put your house on the market. People moving today have to move. A lot of them are relocating for jobs. They have to move. So you know that if someone's coming in your house, they're serious. But what can we expect over the next couple months? Well, I have no idea. I mean, let's just be honest. Anytime that you think something's going to happen over the last 2 years, something different happens every time. I know this. Real estate interest rates on homes has gone up just a touch. There's a chance they could go up a little bit more. Like I said, I can't predict the future, especially the way things have gone over the last 2 years. No idea. I do know that rates have gone up a little bit. If rates go up more, then our real estate market is going to be affected pretty drastically. A few other things that could really affect our real estate market. The economy. Right now, this is my opinion. It's just how I feel. We're kind of at a tipping point. We've got high inflation. We've got, labor and goods are hard to come by. Things are kind of, but the economy is showing great gains. Like you're looking, the economy's doing well. The stock market's doing great. Everything seems to be a go. But on the flip side, if you look deep into it and you kind of say, well, inflation's kind of high. Well, it's hard to come by labor. I mean, you can go by restaurants today and they're closing early, not because COVID, because they don't have people to work. Don't have people to work. It's insane. It's crazy to me. I have a successful real estate business. We sell homes. We do great. We've been in it for a long time. We're pretty well established. I see signs on restaurants. I'm like, oh, maybe I could pick up a part-time job. Today's people, I don't know what's going on, but people just don't think that way anymore. And there's plenty of jobs available, and there's a lot of difficulty getting people to work. So I don't know what's going on there, but all these things combined, inflation, labor shortages, good shortages, those things could have a major effect on what happens to our economy, which will then in turn have an effect on the real estate market. You look back in 2007 and 8, 6, 7, and 8, when our real estate market took a major hit, that affected the economy. Well, this isn't necessarily going to be a housing crisis. I think I've said this a few times before. We're not looking at a housing crisis. We're looking more at an economic issue causing a slowdown in housing. We have low inventory, and that's the way it is across the country. Our inventory is still really, really, really depressed. And going back to the labor and the supplies, new construction, we can't just pump a bunch of houses out there right now. They're selling faster than they can build them. And the bigger problem is how fast builders can build them. In our market, we're looking, typically it would take about 120 days to build a house. A lot of these builders can't get a house done in 7, 8, 10 months. We're looking at a year just to build a simple house, not even like an extravagant custom home. So we can't put a bunch of houses in the ground and have an abundance of inventory in 6 months. It just can't happen. We're not going to be able to boost our inventory levels that fast. And I feel as buyers are out there, we will always have people buying homes, no matter what the economy's like. There will always be people buying homes. I feel like the buyers are going to continue to take that market, so we will have low inventory for a couple years to come. So if we do have an issue, it's not going to be because of the housing market. Now, if we had a bunch of crazy things happening and we had high inventory, sure, then the housing market could be the reason for the economy to go down. But that's not the case. So as far as the housing market goes, I don't see the housing market taking a major hit. If the economy does struggle, absolutely, we will see a slowdown in purchases, but we're probably going to see a slowdown in sales as well. The rental business has taken a pretty big hit based on COVID. You know, there's a lot of, I know out on the coast, I've heard stories in some of the bigger communities where people don't have to pay their rent, and those who own investment properties are really getting the shaft. I mean, they're struggling right now because they can't kick people out. And I think that there's still some of those areas where they still can't kick people out when they haven't paid. Well, they still have to pay for their investment properties. So you could see some of that playing a role in inventory. You know, some of those people might be forced to sell their houses just because they haven't had income and they can't afford to keep them. So that could cause some problems. The fact that some people have lost their jobs, that could cause some inventory. It could cause some foreclosures. But we're not seeing as many foreclosures, pre-foreclosures. We're not seeing as many of those as was anticipated, you know, about a year ago. They were saying, oh, well, there's going to be a ton of foreclosures because everybody lost their job. That's not the case. I haven't seen any foreclosures hitting the table. And it's a year past when the shutdown happened. We're a year and a half since the shutdown. I'm not seeing it. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. With our inventory so suppressed, it would take an ungodly amount of foreclosures to hurt the market. If there's a few that hit, they're going to get gobbled up so fast by investors. They're going to get gobbled up by people who have been begging for homes. We are still seeing some multiple offer situations. If a good house hits the market, like I said, our inventory is low. We have buyers that are sitting out there. In Ankeny, where I live, you know, house between 200 and 225. We should sell 20, 30 of those a month. Well, when only 10 of them get listed in a month, we're getting 20, 30 buyers that are sitting there waiting each time one of those hits the market. So if you price that house somewhat in the right area, the right price range, boom, you've got 4 or 5 buyers writing offers on it. So we do have some homes that are still getting multiple offers, but it's not like it was. And I have a hunch that right now the buyers are going to have this 2-month break. You know, you got holidays coming up. You got November and December. I feel in mid-January, as long as rates don't go up too much, we're just going to have an absolute rush to the market. People are going to buy homes as fast as they can because they're tired of sitting out and waiting. And I just have a hunch that we're going to have a crazy 2022, crazy start to 2022 in the real estate market, as long as the economy can hold on. As long as inflation doesn't hurt people too badly, as long as the goods and services are still out there for people to buy and people still have jobs, things are going to go very, very well as far as the housing market goes for the next year. That's my hunch. That's how I see things happening. But at the end of the day, everything is up in the air because this world we live in has been absolutely nuts for 2 years. And hopefully it starts to settle down. Once people get confident that, you know, we're past this COVID thing, once people get confident that the economy is going to stay where it's at, you know, it's going to be nuts. And I have the feeling that the housing market's going to be the one place where if you can get into it, you're going to prosper. You're going to do very, very well. Buying your house, you know, I've seen people buy houses and a year later sell them for $50,000 more without doing any updates. It's a great time to get in. It's a great time to buy a home. Inventory is so low. We're not going to see prices get affected in the negative way, even if the economy goes down. It's just not going to happen. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. And hopefully I'm right.